But all right, man, we're gonna jump into the next topic and stuff. So for the next topic, this one was on the title is the desirable truth. And he had a pretty good one where he stopped this couple and they would talk about who should be more invested, the man or the woman in the relationship. So they both had their little take on it and stuff. I will see what y'all think about this clip. See who's right or wrong, man. So let me know if y'all can hear
What's
it.
your age?
I'm 26.
I'm 30.
And how long have you been together?
4 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
If you guys were to break up, who do you think it would affect more?
The truth?
The truth is, I think it'll affect me more.
Yeah,
But also the truth, I don't think we'll ever break up.
that is the truth.
There's something that a lot of men don't say, but I believe that men are truly more emotionally attached to anything they actually get themselves into, especially in a relationship.
So, do you think that the relationship functions better when you, the man, is more emotionally invested in her?
100%. I think so.
How come?
I just think that when the girl is too invested, she sacrifices herself too much. But when the man is the one that's too invested, he can afford to, be way more invested than the girl.
Why the double standard there in that scenario?
I personally believe that there's no double standards. I believe that as a man, you should become a provider, and that you should also be emotionally invested in a relationship that you're in.
But why do you feel like you wouldn't be as hurt as him?
Will you be hurt though?
Yeah, I'd be very, very hurt. But we've been there before.
Whoa, wait. Like you broke up with him already?
Well, we weren't
At
really
the beginning,
official,
yeah.
but we were trying things out. In the beginning, it was very tough because we're very similar but different in a sense,
Yeah.
So we were always offering each other a lot of friction. And especially when two people just get to know each other, it's always going to be hard in the beginning, but that's where most people fall off instead of actually just keep going and giving it a try.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
And making it work.
What's your age?
So what y'all think about that, man? Should a man be more invested or should it be the female?
I'll be back. I need to go throw up.
I missed the first 15 seconds of it, but it's talking about being like more invested into each other.
No, he's more invested. He says that men need to be more invested because it makes the relationship real, to paraphrase.
Yeah, no. I mean, both need to like really invest into each other, but in my case, if I was in that situation, like I would want the woman to be invested into me. And she has to kind of prove herself that she's worthy of me to even like lock her down. So if she's not doing certain things that matches my criteria, then no, I can't really be with her in the long term.
Okay. Wally, what you think, man?
So, hearing this sad piece of shit,
And they're both from Miami.
Yeah, because this is where he actually does it. He does it.
Mm-hmm.
This is just some sad piece of shit. I mean, honestly, I truly believe that both couples should be invested in this, not one over the other, because it just leads. Because when one's more invested than the other, we've seen this type of crimes.
Mm-hmm.
Someone gets emotionally. A moment happens and there's something that just goes off. Oh yeah, this person was really emotional, and then guess what? Then we're gonna go in here, slam the gavel, and say this guy got to go. But he was so emotionally invested. She broke his heart. Oh my goodness! Now you want to do look.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, like I said before, I just believe that both couples should be invested in the relationship because at the end of the day, and this is the thing that he sort of contradicts himself, right? Provide. Every time we hear this word provide, we automatically think it's just money, but right, it's also emotional support. So shouldn't y'all both be giving that?
Mm-mm.
Well, I don't recognize what you say, Mr. Mustard.
Go ahead, Stan. What was it?
They're from Miami. There are people. They Latin. This is a hot ass mess. But Wally said in a nice way. I'm just keep it real. This is red flags. Tear some shit up. He gonna stalk, and she's gonna find her new man and move to New York because we see this all the time in Miami. all the time in South Florida.
Oh,
All
come on.
the
This is the virtual
time.
area.
No,
They're
Wally,
saying-
we're not lying to the people. I'm done. This is the year 2025. We're no longer lying to the people. This is a red
Oh, they
flag.
not staying in Brickell. They crazy.
This is a red. When he said 4 years, right? I did the math. She was 22. He was 26. They're not even married yet. He is straight up like trying to hold her down. And once they have that Catholic wedding, she's gonna be pregnant every year for 7 years straight. This is a red flag. This happens all the time in Miami. Latinos don't mean that they light skinned, they look like them. It's the whole gambit. Black as hell, look like us, look like them, tan, everything. The Latin culture itself. When you see something like this is what I run away from. La pasión. No, thank you. No la pasión. No la pasión. This
So
is
what's
passion. That's
so
what
what's the
pasión
red
means.
flag? Do you think she's like? Because it kind of seemed like she's a little bit out of it. Like
No.
he's hanging on for dear life. Like she's like, I got this sucker.
Yeah, that's what she doing. And you know what? He's like, as long as you got me, I will love you forever. Okay. Okay.
Of course, because he's
That's
trying to
what
keep
for.
her along the way. Like he's trying to make sure she stays in.
Wally,
She's like,
Wally, stop
yeah,
lying to the people.
she's already. No, I'm
This is-
saying no. What I'm saying, but the way the dude is saying, he's trying to keep her in because he's putting in most of the effort. She's like, I'm not really trying to really stay.
No, because you know why? Because he's paying for all the trips to Puerto Rico, to the Santo Domingo, to the everything that they got, the Panama, everything.
So what I'm getting wrong here?
The cruise. He paid for it, but no wedding yet. No wedding yet.
You pay for that purse to
So you're
air
trying to say he's intellectually just tricking?
Look, Wally ain't playing with you because Wally know. This is South Florida right here, where people go missing and they find they in the belly of a alligator.
Oh, think
This is a
we don't have to do that. We don't have to talk about that stuff. We
Ladies,
don't go that far.
this is not romantic. This is a red flag. Run.
Oh, this guy right here is telling horror stories.
This is a horror story. This is a horror story.
It's not funny. Like you always
This horror story. This is gonna be the next 48 hours. A Lifetime movie.
You know what?
Well, just going back to the clip, I do agree with M3. I think, man, a female needs to be a little bit more invested. And the reason why, because I do think both people need to be invested, but I would just say like a little bit more needs to go with the female because, man, they gotta, I think naturally, man, they're just they got a self-centered nature. So if they're willing to put in like, I say it, because guys, we're coming in automatically like, hey, man, if I'm in love with somebody, I'm willing to die for the family. We already got our mindset like we're gonna like provide to a certain degree, and you know we're gonna do our best. But I think with females like with her, she's just like, hey,
She got
we already been through this. Hold on, she was like, we already been through this, and yeah, he was crying and shit.
Mhm.
I was about to hook up with his friend.
Oh no, they won't do the friendship. Wally,
No, I said
what
hook up with his
ethnicity
friend.
No, it won't be a friend because if he is Cuban, she'll be smart and mess with an Argentinian because they don't walk in the same circles. If she's smart, see, look how Wally will walk away and shake his head because we all know if you were dating a Haitian, you don't go date a Haitian, you go date a Jamaican, not in the same circle. I'm
But
teaching y'all how they cheat
I know.
over there in Miami.
The way you said that, I
Yeah,
was like,
stand over the whole gamut down
How
there in
they
Florida.
No.
It's not gonna be the
That
same.
ain't like.
See, thank
But
you,
did it-
Wally.
did it-
When you get done with one, you got to slide to the other side.
Yes,
You can't
so
be-
Wally's telling the truth. She got an African American boyfriend, Open Locker, Florida.
Wait, what?
She got an African American boyfriend, Open Locker, Florida.
Who?
She do, and she got a Jamaican boyfriend in Miami Gardens. So she doing what she doing. Cause when she said we gone through this before, and the way she looked at him, and he's always answering first. That's red flag, brother.
Well, because he's trying to rephrase it, because he knows it sounds bad, and it seemed like he was trying to correct it, so he don't look as like he submitted so much. So yeah, he definitely submitted. He's coming off like a guy that's infatuated. Like, hey
Yes.
man, I got her, she's hot, and yeah, I'm holding on this for dear life. But hey, let's play this again because I do want to see Because yeah, she kind of staring my man down. Desirable Truth. He could have probably pulled that.
Mm-hmm.
Because look at her looking up at him. Got the biker shorts
Uh-huh.
on out here.
Mm-hmm.
Just
No,
like
that's
a
a dress. That's a dress.
They usually
That's a dress. That ain't no damn
That's a
dress.
dress. They put
That's
like
my-
they put little shorts, a little biker shorts underneath it, and then that's a slip on. You know, that's a dress.
No,
That's
no
that's
dress.
biker. That's like
No,
a
that's
biker.
look,
That's
look
not
at her
dress, man.
pants. That's not no
Because
dress.
I can see the V shape. That's a biker shorts.
No. Look at
Yeah, that's
that.
for sure.
It's not that fast.
Yeah, look, play the tape. We might see how she moves.
Yeah.
I'm 26.
I'm 30.
And how long have you been together?
4 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
If you guys were to break up, who do you think it would affect more?
The truth?
The
What-
truth is,
Look at pants.
Look at the hands. He's holding on for dear life,
Yeah.
and she got it loose like crazy.
Yeah, my man in love. He's like, look, I'm holding on to this.
Wait, can you go back real quick one more time?
No, but those
Oh,
are pants. though. They really are.
SJ, look at
pants.
the feet,
Yeah.
SJ. Look
They
at the feet.
they snuggle those legs completely.
the truth is, I think it'll affect me more.
Yeah,
But also the truth, I don't think we'll ever break up.
that is the truth.
There's something that a lot of men don't say, but I believe that men are truly more emotionally attached to anything they actually get themselves into.
Red
especially in a
flag.
relationship.
Red
So-
flag.
Yeah, that's the
See,
part.
Yeah, I ain't gonna
We're
lie.
mostly attached.
Yeah, I'm with Stan. That nigga gonna be a murderer.
Oh yeah, he ain't leaving that coochie. He's gonna
be a
snap.
murderer. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put it out there.
And he got
Yeah.
Nah.
he got side chicks too, getting them pregnant, but he ain't gonna leave her. That's the prize.
He holding on to that for dear life. You
Mhm.
leave me. He taking that. What's that phrase in the marriage vows? To death do his part.
Yeah, that's part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he gonna emphasize that shit on the. He be like, look, death do his part. He could be looking her in the eye, like, yeah.
If someone sees
Do
suicide,
you think that
suicide
the
reports,
relationship
I better not see these two people.
functions better when you, the man, is more emotionally invested in her?
100%. I think so.
How come?
I just think that when the girl is too invested, she sacrifices herself too much. But when the man is the one that's too invested, he can afford to, be way more invested than the girl.
You
She
can
said
afford to.
sacrifice herself.
She has not
he's
like
invested.
let her eyes go from dude. What was his name? Black dude. Desirable Truth.
Yeah, but y'all don't think that's a weird response? Like she sacrifices herself, so it's almost like, hey, if you're affectionate and you're selfless, that's sacrificing yourself. So when she said that, I was like, oh yeah, she
Yes,
got her
translate.
one.
And
No,
that's
let's
what I'm trying to say,
translate it.
like,
Translate it correctly, Wally. You from Florida. Translate it. What does that mean? Translation.
oh, that he's the trick.
Yeah,
Here you go.
like your money better never run out because she
and
gone.
also the man that
I
she
mean,
really
look what she said
wanted.
earlier in the first time. Like, they've been through this already. Basically, to her point, they could have just moved on and she would have been all right.
Yeah,
I don't think she could
that's
have
what she
moved
pretty-
on. I don't think she could have moved on because it was another man that she wanted that probably didn't want her, and then she was able to go to him. Welcome to Miami Love, everybody. Welcome
Nah,
to
because
Miami
what happened
Love.
was like she moved on. Like Wally said, she was cool, but he probably came and upped the ante on the gifts and it's
Yeah,
like,
and there's a man that she really wants that's probably doing 20 to life in prison.
maybe, but he came back. That's what I'm saying. He submitted.
Look, the dude even explained in the library, right, that they were pretty much the same. The only difference is she's younger, he's older. They were pretty much the same. They butt heads. So I mean, think about it. Eventually, down the ride, if they separated for a moment, she was definitely out there with probably getting some type of contact with somebody.
Okay, Wally, you being too nice. Let's just tell the truth. There's some stalkers in Florida. Wally, let's talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, in Miami, we have something called corazon. That means that you are their heart. Once they pick you, it's hard for them to leave you. It's like they're stalking you, and they just obsessed with you. What they call our son.
Not this one.
Yeah, maybe the dude, the shit does being upset.
He was 26, she was 22. You mean to tell me in South Florida, a 22-year-old Latina was single? In
Nah, she
South
moved
Florida?
on, but he came back.
No.
That's-
Yeah, but who was it before? Who was it before? Wally knows what I'm talking about. Because in Miami, right? when they have that king set, that's why nobody want to do no king set, because she's 14. No, she's 15 with a 24-year-old boyfriend. We dropped that king set culture in Florida because people sit down. They think this is like the country where they got chickens running around here and people living on mangoes and berries, and they're gonna sit down and
Nah, she's talking with authority in this video. She's like,
oh, you know why?
He came back.
You know why? You know why, SJ? Because she's already dating men, grown-ass men, already before she turned 22.
But
That's
literally, because think about it, 4 years apart, right? When she was 14, dude was already 18.
Not him. She wasn't dating him. She was dating somebody else.
No, I'm just saying. But like when you calculate it all, like yeah.
But they
But yeah, let's
dated
get back to
when
this video.
she was 20, 22. But
Yeah, let me see what
This
else.
will hop-
I want to.
Why the double standard there in that scenario?
I personally believe that there's no double standards. I believe that as a man, you should become a provider, and that you should also be emotionally invested in a relationship that you're in.
But why do you feel like you wouldn't be as hurt as him?
Will you be hurt though?
Yeah, I'd be very, very hurt. But we've been there before.
Whoa, wait.
He was like, "Come on, man, wouldn't you be hurt? God damn it!"
See, that's the thing though. She's not explaining what hurt she's talking about. She ain't explaining that though. That's
Well,
the
he
one
has
thing
to keep
about
nudging her because
Like the alpha type, or like she talking about her within that relationship particularly. Because it just didn't make any sense what she's talking about.
no, he was asking her like, would you? How come you wouldn't be as hurt? Like breaking up and stuff. And she like paused, and that's what he was like, you'd be hurt, wouldn't you? Like, she was like, "Oh yeah, I'll be very hurt."
Not the way she was struggling to say that.
Yeah. She looked paused like, actually, I'll be all right. I'll go out. I'm going to the club. I'm gonna get some.
Been there, right?
It's
She
gonna be
said
her
we already been there.
locked
She
up
wouldn't be as hurt.
Miami Gardens. She's gonna be hurt by her boyfriend in Little Dominican Republic. Hurt by her boyfriend in Broward County. Hurt by her
She's
week.
like, "Shit, I'm going on a yacht. I ain't fucking with her."
She better stay over there in the city.
Let me play some more because this is where she talks about where he starts putting that pressure on her. So that's why he does do some good follow-up questions. He's like, "Why would you be hurt?" He caught that.
Like you broke up with him already?
Well, we weren't
At
really
the beginning,
official,
yeah.
yeah, but we were trying things out. In the beginning, it was very tough because we're very similar but different in the sense,
Yeah.
So we were always offering each other a lot of friction, and especially when two people just get to know each other, it's always going to be hard in the beginning. But that's where most people fall off instead of actually just keep going and giving it a try.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
And making it work.
Yeah.
What's
So
your
by
age?
friction, she's basically saying she was loca.
He was
Nah,
because he was 26 and she was 22. By friction, he wanted control.
probably.
Look, this is not California. This is not New York. This is Miami.
But I'm
Lady,
saying like,
romantic run. This is not romance. This is not romance.
but he kind of when he was talking about they were similar. He already
No, they weren't.
they probably
They weren't.
was because he said they was emotional. So he seems like a more emotional guy. Because he put it out. He was like, "Hey man, we're more
I mean,
emotional."
he didn't went in detail similar, but okay, let's go with that
Okay.
part.
Hey, what's emotional
Yeah, I
look
think-
like in the culture?
But all right, man, we'll go ahead. We'll jump into the last clip.
No. What emotional means in Latin culture? Because I want people to understand la pasión. So we ain't gonna sit down and make it seem like it's normalized. Because
I mean, I wasn't even going that route. I'm just saying he's emotional. Like as far as like, I think the infatuation, you could tell he's one of those guys that I think date off a desire, man. Where it's just like, man, she's the finest thing I saw, and that's what he's talking about, emotions.
I mean, there's plenty of her out there.
Yeah. What you talk about, Stan?
punching walls, making
Yeah,
sure.
probably. No, that's what I'm saying. Like he ain't letting. Yeah, I think it ties into that because man, you could tell he got her on a pedestal. Like definitely.
Would she have a girls' night, girls' trip? He's there too.
Oh, damn! You say he the third party, the fifth wheel
No,
type.
he's following. No, he's following. He's right there watching, looking.
Yeah, because he was trying to lead the conversation because she was just like, "Man, I really ain't got to invest shit." He was like, "Well, he was like, he must be in public affairs or something."
But that's kind of like a part, like like if the culture, man. To be honest with you, Most of them, like they're the types that won't let their women go. Like,
What do you mean you mean most of us? Because you part of the culture.
No. I'm not Latino.
Yeah. You're Latino. You're an honorary Latino brother
that dates Latinas, but I ain't one of them that's a Latino.
You an honorary brother of the Latino culture.
Yes, you putting all three of us like, some of y'all. Like,
He's gonna start rocking what's those like soccer shorts and jerseys and shit, Umbros.
Long clean sheet, the long clean socks.
Gonna change his name to Jorge.
Hey, be careful! Don't wear those Nike Cortez now.
Oh damn.